The desert calls, its voice is silent yet impossible to ignore. It beckons to a certain kind of spirit, one drawn to the unknown and the untamed. Here you'll find a place of extremes, blazing sun that scorches by day, freezing nights that chill to the bone, and a silence so deep it echoes in your soul. The Sahara isn't just a landscape, it's a crucible, a test of grit, resourcefulness, and the will to keep moving forward. This isn't a vacation, it's a challenge to see if you can handle one of the world's most formidable places where every step is earned. We're heading to Algeria, home to vast dunes, hidden oases, and ancient cultures that have survived here for centuries. There's no luxury here, just raw adventure, stripped of comfort and distraction. We'll face relentless heat, swirling dust, and the ever-present unknown, but the rewards, moments of awe, connection, and discovery, are unforgettable. Imagine standing atop a dune surrounded by nothing but endless sand and sky, feeling both small and infinite at once. The Algerian Sahara demands respect. You don't conquer it, you adapt to it, learning its rhythms and its secrets. We'll walk in the footsteps of nomads and traders, tracing ancient routes across landscapes unchanged for millennia. Our mission: explore this wilderness on a tight budget, relying on creativity and determination. That means being smart, resourceful, and connecting deeply with the land and its people, learning from those who call the desert home. You can't just throw money at problems here, you solve them with ingenuity, patience, and teamwork. Real adventure is about pushing boundaries, facing discomfort, and coming out stronger on the other side. Pack your grit, the Sahara is waiting. This is about discovery, peeling back the layers of the modern world to find something raw, real, and unforgettable. We're not just surviving, we're seeking transformation. The journey begins now. Let's step into the endless sands together. Every great expedition starts with a mission. Ours explore the heart of the Algerian Sahara on just $1,000. That budget covers everything: flights, transport, food, guides, shelter. It means traveling like a local, not a tourist. We traded hotels for guest houses, restaurants for market stalls. This isn't about cutting corners on safety, it's about making every dollar count. The $1,000 limit wasn't a restriction, it was a key to a more authentic adventure. Why Algeria? It's home to the Sahara's most spectacular, least visited treasures. The challenge: access this remote beauty without a big budget. Every decision from buses to water became part of the adventure. This journey was a test of resourcefulness and mindset. We set out to prove that life-changing adventures don't have to cost the earth. The greatest rewards come from how you embrace the challenge, not what you spend. Let's see how far a grand can take us. You can't just walk into the Sahara and hope for the best. Our plan started with research, mapping a route for maximum adventure on minimum cash. We flew into Algiers, then traveled south by bus, cheaper and part of the story. First stop, Algiers for supplies, then an overnight bus to Gardaia, the gateway to the Sahara. We found a local guide, Omar, who understood our mission: authenticity over luxury. Negotiating saved us a huge chunk of our budget. Visas, local cash, and a SIM card were essential, no credit cards in the desert. A solar charger kept our phone and GPS alive. Preparation turns crisis into manageable problems. Mentally, we braced for discomfort: long bus rides, heat, simple food. The best tool? A positive attitude. With our blueprint set, we were ready to answer the desert's call. The journey would test us, but we were prepared. Every detail mattered: gear, mindset, and flexibility. The adventure was about to begin. We were ready for whatever the Sahara threw at us. Let's go. Our journey began in Algiers, the White City, a blend of colonial architecture and ancient alleyways. We skipped fancy hotels for a family-run guest house on the edge of the Kasbah. 2 days prepping, exploring markets, stocking up on dates, nuts, and flatbread. The city's energy was electric, a perfect launchpad. Then an overnight local bus to Gardaia, crowded, noisy, but real. We shared food, stories, and watched the landscape shift from green hills to arid plateau. Gardaia felt like stepping into another era. 5 fortified towns, narrow streets, mud brick buildings. We stayed in a traditional guest house, simple but welcoming. The ancient marketplace was a living museum: spices, carpets, crafts. Gardaia is the last outpost before the Sand Sea. Here we met Omar, our Tuareg guide who knew the desert like family. Supplies checked: water, food, fuel, first aid. The city faded behind us. Ahead, an ocean of sand. The real adventure was about to begin. We were ready to leave civilization behind. The Sahara awaited, time to head into the unknown. Leaving Gardaia, the road vanished into sand, swallowed by the vastness of the Sahara. The city faded behind us, replaced by an endless horizon of golden dunes and shifting winds. Our world shrank to a 4x4, Omar at the wheel, and the endless dunes stretching in every direction. The hum of the engine was our only constant, a lifeline threading through the silence. The Grand Erg Occidental, dunes like mountains, their shapes sculpted by the wind, shifting colors with the sun. At sunrise they glowed with soft pinks and golds, by sunset they burned orange and deep red. Out here you feel small, just a speck in a sea of sand, dwarfed by the immensity of nature. Days followed the sun, driving in the cool of morning and evening, resting at midday when the heat pressed down. We learned to move with the desert, not against it, letting its rhythm guide us. Survival meant conserving energy, seeking shade, and respecting the sun's power. Every action was deliberate, every movement measured. Evenings were magic. Omar brewed sweet Tuareg tea as the sky exploded with color. The ritual of tea brought comfort, a taste of tradition in the wild. Nights under the stars, no tents, just a mattress on the sand, the cool air wrapping around us as we drifted to sleep. The silence was absolute, the stars endless, stretching from one horizon to the other in a dazzling display. Lying under the Milky Way, you feel connected to the universe, as if the desert has peeled away all barriers between you and the cosmos. Sleeping in the open, the cold air and crackling fire become your companions, their presence both comforting and humbling. Sometimes you wake to see the sky has turned above you, the constellations shifting as the night passes, reminding you of the Earth's slow spin. This is what we came for. Not just to see the dunes, but to live in them, to feel the sand beneath our feet and the wind on our faces. The desert strips life to its essentials. Out here you realize how little you truly need: water, shelter, companionship. Every moment is raw, real, unforgettable. The desert tests you, but it also rewards you with moments of pure wonder. We weren't just visitors, we belonged, if only for a while. Bonds formed quickly, forged by shared challenge and awe. The Sahara's beauty is humbling, its scale and silence impossible to capture in words or pictures. This is adventure at its purest, a journey into the heart of the great sand sea, where every day is a discovery. Surviving on a budget meant living simply. Food was basic: coffee and bread for breakfast, tinned tuna or cheese and dates for lunch. Every meal was fuel, earned by the day's effort. Evenings, Omar cooked a one-pot stew over the fire, simple, spiced, and shared. Water was our most precious resource, carried in big containers, rationed carefully. A quick wash with a bowl of water felt like luxury. You learn to appreciate every drop. Nothing is wasted in the desert. Accommodation? Free, just the billion-star sky. Sleeping on the sand connected us to the land in a way no hotel could. The challenges, cold nights, sand everywhere, scorpion checks, were part of the adventure. They made the moments of peace and beauty even more powerful. We weren't just passing through, we were living the desert life. Simplicity became richness. The desert taught us what really matters. Every day was a lesson in resilience. The desert isn't empty, it's full of life and stories, each grain of sand holding a tale of survival and resilience. Omar, our Tuareg guide, was more than a driver. He was our teacher and friend, sharing the wisdom of his ancestors. He taught us to read the sands, navigate by stars, and brew perfect desert tea, a skill passed down through generations. One afternoon we met a nomad family. Simple tents, camels, and immense hospitality that transcended our expectations. Sharing tea with them, we connected beyond language. Their generosity was humbling, a reminder of the kindness that exists in the harshest places. The desert's challenges were encounters too, testing our endurance and spirit. When our 4x4 got stuck, Omar calmly led us through, letting air from tires, digging, pushing. His calmness was our anchor. Solving problems together bonded us as a team, creating a camaraderie that was as strong as the desert winds. The silence was another encounter, so complete it felt physical, wrapping around us like a blanket. On our last day, I climbed a dune alone and sat in that silence, reflecting on the journey. It wasn't empty, it was full of peace and perspective, offering a clarity that's hard to find elsewhere. The desert's lessons came from people, challenges, and the vast quiet, each element teaching us something new. Hospitality, teamwork, and reflection. These were the real treasures, far more valuable than any material wealth. The Sahara gave us more than adventure, it gave us connection, a bond that will last a lifetime. Every encounter left a mark, not just on the sand, but on our hearts. The emptiness was alive with meaning, each shadow and ripple telling a story. The memories will last forever. The desert changed us. That's the true gift, a transformation that we carry with us always. What did our $1,000 budget buy? The biggest cost, 4x4 hire and Omar, our lifeline in the dunes. Bus rides were cheap, guest houses basic, food local and affordable. Visas and insurance were non-negotiable essentials. A small buffer covered water, snacks, tips, and souvenirs. We came in just under budget. Careful planning and simple living made it possible. The real value? Sleeping under 1 billion stars, sharing tea with nomads, watching the desert burn gold at sunset. These moments are priceless. The money was just the key. The true treasure was the experience. The desert taught us that richness comes from simplicity. Returning from the Sahara is like waking from a dream. The city's noise feels overwhelming. The desert's lessons linger. The Sahara strips away the non-essential, revealing what matters. Our budget forced us to connect deeply with the land, the people, and ourselves. True travel isn't about luxury. It's about immersion and growth. The memories are worth more than any 5-star hotel. My challenge to you, find your own adventure. It doesn't have to be the Sahara, just somewhere that calls to you. Make a plan, set a budget, and go. The world is full of accessible, life-changing experiences. The hardest part is taking the first step. Once you do, you'll never look back. The desert changed us, and it can change you too. Keep exploring, keep pushing boundaries. The next adventure is waiting. Onwards.